Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. If there were any age gap romances between the golden candidates and the younger cast members, it is finally revealed by Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 spoilers. The Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 cast invited golden contestants to the beach for the first time in the program's history. Others disagreed with the notion that the Goldens would form ties with the younger competitors, despite the hopes of host Jesse Palmer and bartender Wells Adams. If there were any age gap romances between the golden candidates and the younger cast members, it is finally revealed by Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 spoilers. While two of the participants did share a kiss, Reality Steve disclosed on Instagram that there were no age gap romances on Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise. April Kirkwood, 67, and Sean McLaughlin, 28, made out during one of the trials. It did not, however, result in romance. The golden competitors also took part in the same rose ceremonies as the younger participants, according to Reality Steve. After Jonathan Johnson didn't receive a rose, April gave him one at one of the rose ceremonies, allowing him to continue on the show. But it was merely a gesture of goodwill. While spoilers indicate that there aren't any age gap romances on Bachelor in Paradise Season 10, such kinds of partnerships would have been the first of their kind in the series. They would have been highly divisive, but they would also have pioneered new territory. It appears that because age gap relationships weren't occurring organically, the show attempted to force the issue by having April and Sean kiss during a challenge. Given that Sean and April, for instance, are nearly 40 years apart in age, it makes sense that Jesse and Wells' aspirations for age gap partnerships drew a lot of criticism. April has a youthful spirit, but Sean is far too young for her. April is about 30 years older than Dale Moss, the oldest male competitor at 36. Some people believe that Kenny Brash and Mari Papin, who were 15 years apart in age, and Joe Amabile and Serena Pitt, who were 12 years apart, had too many years between them to last, even if they are now married. It's difficult to think Bachelor Nation would have tolerated a 40-year age difference in a romantic relationship. I'm glad to learn that the age gap romances that Jesse and Wells were hoping for during Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 didn't materialize. The age gap between the traditional cast members and the golden candidates is considerable. When people realize they have no future together, I don't want to witness them wasting each other's time. The fact that April and Sean had a kiss startled me, but I'm sure it was more for shock value. The producers of Bachelor in Paradise apparently discovered a way to get the golden candidates mixed with the younger ones during a challenge because they were aware that people were curious about this. I do not want Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise to be marred by scandal. In order for it to continue airing for many years to come, I want its return after a year-long break to be successful. Although I hope that every competitor finds love in paradise, I prefer that it be with a member of their own generation. Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 had always promised surprises. After a year-long hiatus and a lukewarm reception to the last installment, producers knew the show needed something bold, something groundbreaking. Enter the golden contestants, elegant, spirited, and full of stories that could rival even the most dramatic rose ceremonies. For the first time ever, the cast was split not just by love interests and alliances, but by decades of lived experience. The beach in Costa Rica sparkled under the weight of tension and possibility. April Kirkwood, a vivacious 67-year-old from The Golden Bachelor, stepped onto the sand in flowing linen, her silvery hair catching the sun like strands of moonlight. She was radiant, full of charm, and, despite what people assumed, utterly uninterested in simply playing the role of the wise elder. She was here for romance, for connection, for adventure. But even April knew the odds were against her. She scanned the row of younger contestants, some barely into their late 20s, and felt both invigorated and skeptical. Sean McLaughlin, 28, a fitness coach with a mischievous smile and a penchant for tequila shots, was one of the first to approach her. "So, what brings you to paradise?" he asked, offering her a pineapple drink with a wink. April laughed. "I could ask you the same thing. You look like you haven't even had your first heartbreak yet. Oh, I've had plenty, he replied, then added, but I heal fast. Their flirty exchange was one of the earliest sparks producers latched onto. With Jesse Palmer's not-so-subtle encouragement and Wells Adams behind the bar serving up suggestions alongside margaritas, the idea of an age-gap romance quickly turned from a curiosity to a campaign. The cameras zoomed in with every shared glance, every casual conversation between the Golden cast and their younger counterparts. But behind the scenes, the reality was much more grounded. There's admiration, April later confided in Lexi Young, one of the younger women. But not chemistry. Not the kind that keeps you warm at night when the cameras stop rolling. The rest of the Golden cast, Spencer Conley, 63, soft-spoken and poetic, Diane Thompson, 69, who wore bold lipstick and louder opinions, and Martin Rhodes, 65, a retired jazz musician with a sultry voice, also struggled to form genuine connections with the younger crowd. The issue wasn't personality or attraction, it was rhythm. Life experiences created a chasm that felt insurmountable. Wells observed it all with a raised brow. It's like we're at a family reunion and someone forgot to separate the tables, he joked to Jesse during a break in filming. But Jesse still held out hope. We need a moment, he said, something unforgettable. And so, came the challenge. On the third day, the contestants were divided into pairs, randomly, but not so randomly. April and Sean were assigned to a blindfolded taste-testing game, where one had to feed the other and guess the fruit. Laughter erupted around the beach as Sean accidentally dropped mango on April's lap, and she retaliated by slipping a chili-covered lime slice between his lips. The final round of the game ended with a dare, a kiss between the winning pair. April hesitated. She knew what the producers wanted. But she also knew this was all in fun. Sean leaned in, grinning boyishly, and April met him halfway. The kiss was playful, brief but filled with enough chemistry to send the camera crew into a frenzy. Social media exploded days later when the teaser aired, "Is Paradise ready for age gap love?" But it didn't lead anywhere. That night, April sat under the stars with Sean. They talked about music, about family, about the kind of love that transforms you. You're sweet, she told him. But I'm not here for a storyline. I'm here for something real. Sean nodded. I get it. I guess I'm still figuring out what real means. The next morning, Sean went on a date with Jess Edwards, 25, a whimsical artist with a contagious laugh. April smiled as she watched them walk off. That's more like it, she muttered, sipping her coffee. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe my channel and do not miss any update.